Hello, lovely ladies in the Goddess Creations for Women group. We are now still on the 90-day empowerment marathon in the Goddess Creations for Women group. And welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are watching live, write down hashtag live. And if you're watching later in the replay, hashtag replay. Welcome, lovely ladies in the group and outside, as we are going to be sharing our messages all over the place. We are now in week 3 and on interview 6 of our marathon. And I'm going to be interviewing a lovely friend of mine, and her name is Kirsten Lucie. And let me just get my notes as to how I say it right. Kirsten Lucie, and dun 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 dun. Yes, Kirsten Lucie is a creative and health coach. Now, I would just want to say with you, the creative part is because she brings the actual creativity of creating something with your hands, with your intentions, and that going in that mindset already starts part of her healing journey that you need. I'm going to open up her zone soon so that she can tell you more about that. So Kirsten Lucie is a creative health coach who helps you reduce toxins and stress in your life. And Kirsten will be speaking on how to improve your life with essential oils. Now, let me tell you, essential oils are a very, very important part of our life, our human process, and a healing process, and of nature. And what I would like to say also is that, just as on a footnote, is that essential oils are from nature, and they help you in your healing process. We're not talking about magic here. We're talking about aiding you. And I'm going to bring her on because otherwise I'll just be blabbing too much. So welcome, Kirsten Lucie. And I had run out of words to say. So welcome. I'm just going to let you talk. I just want to say, and thank you for giving me that tip, because just to bring us into the right energetic mode, you suggest, oh yes, I put on some peace essential oil.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
I immediately ran and got mine. And just to share with the lovely viewers who don't know what peace entails, it has a vetiver in it, and it has lavender, and lavender is very calming. And I know Kirsten can tell you all about anything and all of it. Yang, and frankincense, clary sage, majoram. Well, many beautiful natural oils in there, and it just brings down my energy. So I'm just going to smell it again. Because I put it on my hands and rubbed it. And also what I have found is that peace helps me let go of control. So, Kirsten, welcome back to you, my lovely.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having
Yes.
me. And everybody who's watching, thank you so much. I love to be here with you and to share about the things that were so important for me as I learned over the last year. So here I am.
Here you are. So, Kirsten, the subject that you're speaking on is essential oils and health.
Yes.
What does that do for you? Because I do know, at least I've heard, that you have your own personal journey concerning health and essential oils. Can you share a bit with us about that?
Okay, I think then it's best to start at the beginning and try not to be too long about it.
Yeah, because of course
Well,
other women are listening because it's about them as well. So yes,
yeah.
but bring it on.
Well, for me, it was especially about my female hormones. That I think about 3 years ago, I started to have difficulties with my menstruation. I hope I used the right words, my period.
Yes, menstruation. Yes.
And it just would not stop. So in the beginning I was like, okay, maybe I am experiencing my menopause, but that was what was tested, and that was not the case. And as it seemed, I just had too much estrogen instead of too low. So that was not the case. And then throughout that year, I think I got more and more medical problems, because, of course, if you're bleeding so much, then you lose a lot of iron, you lose a lot of energy, and your body's just struggling to maintain everything you do in your daily life. So I got more and more tired, and I visited a gynecologist.
Gynecologist, yes, yes, gynecologist, yes.
Thank you, my dear. And he tried a lot of stuff. Like,
whoa, you said he. The
it was me.
gynecologist was a he. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right. Let me just use that one because you've already said in this little bit. I mean, I just find it so wonderful. But in this little bit, you have said so many things already that many women may not be aware of. Now, you said that you had menstrual problems and that you were having
yeah,
excessive bleeding. Do you know that there are so many women out there that do actually have pains and problems around their menstrual cycle monthly?
yeah,
And they aren't even aware of it. They immediately go on the pill to have it repressed, to have, so it's according to a schedule.
yeah.
They hate that period of the month. They
Yes,
and
of
and
course.
and get
Yeah,
cramps and call in sick. So all of this, what you've already said, is already more of an awareness than many women even have. So, and then you had pains, and also the awareness that because you're losing so much blood, that your iron level goes down. And you said something else again, is that your estrogen level was
too high. It was too
too
high, and
high instead of too
yeah,
low. Is that
yeah.
common?
And the gynecologist congratulated me about that. Like, you are just like a 25-year-old woman, and I'm 45. So he congratulated me, and I was actually going home happy. But the problems remained, and I think that 3 times I visited the gynecologist again, and we did some tests and some echoes and stuff, and then my womb had to be removed.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so I pushed that forward, and I was saying to my gynecologist, please let me find another way, because I don't want to lose my womb. And of course, I have 3 beautiful children, so it's not about having more children, but it was about a big part of me, losing a big part. And I don't think that if you lose your womb that you are not a woman anymore. Please don't get me wrong, but for me it was also about gratitude, because my womb actually gave me 3 beautiful children. So I did not want to lose my womb, and I did not want to have such intense surgery. And
Hmm.
then as more problems arose, and I will skip then a part, I
Well,
ended up
I
in a
do
wheelchair.
know, yes, exactly, because I
Yeah,
do know that you had back problems. Am I correct?
yeah,
Or is
yeah,
that
that's
part that you
correct.
want to skip?
Correct. Yeah. And that was because I will tell you, and that's the clue, and that's what a lot of women don't know. I met a woman who told me, who is a fertility specialist. She told me, but a too high estrogen level is very hard and heavy on your liver. And if your
Oh,
liver is having problems, then your whole digestive system is having problems. So I had something, and it's not so very pretty or charming, but I had obstipation. And I had so big a problem with obstipation that, and of course, I had stress. My body had too low energy, too low iron, and there was a lot going on.
I
But
just want to
also
say,
because,
obstipation, ladies, just in case you don't know the word, especially for our Dutch friends, means you can't go to the toilet well. Okay.
yeah,
So just
and
helping you
I
out
had
there.
such a serious bad case of that, that it caused the hernia. I know it
Oh,
sounds really, but it happens a lot, because pressure from the outside can cause hernia, but also pressure from the inside. So I went to the doctors, and of course I got pain medication, and I've got a lot of stuff about leveling my hormones, and I got a lot of stuff about reducing the bacteria, so antibiotics,
yes.
and it only made it worse. Yeah. I can remember last year I had a moment that I thought, okay, not going to survive this. And I know it sounds very serious saying that. That's what I felt.
Hmm.
And that's how it was for me. And so because I reacted very allergic to all those medication, I immediately stopped. And the doctor was like, what? You cannot stop. And then I think I heard about essential oils, and I was like, okay, I know essential oils work a lot of, work on your emotional balance. And then I started to study and study and study, because I couldn't do anything else. I started to study about essential oils and how they could heal me.
So you said you couldn't do anything else. Was that me? Because you said you
Yeah.
were in a wheelchair,
Yes.
and so you were in a wheelchair, and you could hardly move. Is that what
Yeah.
I'm hearing? And
Yes.
so you happened to hear about essential oils, and
Yes.
you said, "Well, hey, I'm allergic to medicine. I might as well find out."
Yeah.
Because
So I started.
I know about essential oils because well, I like the magical sense of essential oils.
Yeah.
It's like having many colored pencils. It's like, ooh, what does this do? Ooh, what does that do? And it makes me think about the nice,
I know
lovely,
what you mean.
witchy stuff. I know
And
that
also
sense.
that's also one big part of it. But I got myself a book. I will show it to you.
Oh yes, okay.
Yeah. And this is of course in Dutch, and I think it's maybe, oh, here it is,
Yeah,
Modern
good to see you.
Essentials.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's not that it's not about any brand, because it's not brands in it, but it's about all the oils. And I started to do some research, look up things in this book, and then I started to use essential oils for two things. One was to reduce my pain, because I
Mm.
was in a lot of pain, and I had, I think, how this called, a very heavy medicine, morphine.
Oh
I
yeah,
really,
morphine.
I
Yes, yes.
also had morphine. So you can, I was in a lot of pain because I had
Yeah.
morphine, and I stopped it, and I had a lot of other things. And I used it for reducing pain. And of course, essential oils cannot delete all the pain,
But
but
isn't
they
it
can
so?
help.
Yes, because that's it. I believe that essential oils don't aren't like the plaster, but you have to work with. I mean, it is like working with. It's like how can I describe that? It's like being in a bad situation, praying to God, God, please help me, and staying in a bad situation. So how will it stop?
Well, no, I think I have a good explanation for that, because as I learned, essential oils speak cell language, and that's very scientific. And I cannot go into all the details now because we don't have enough time. But they actually speak cell language. So what the essential oil says to your neurons and your brain is, please level, be at balance. So if
Ah,
you are like this, then it levels you. So it levels you so that your body itself can heal. That's what they do. Yeah. So, and then I started also with the hormone balance, and the I use the oils from doTERRA, and they have a special women's health kit, and it has a little oil. I have it here, and that's called Clear We Calm. And there's actually, I think, 11 or 12 oils in it, and it's especially for women and especially for menstrual problems, but
is
also
it
for
menstrual
menopause.
problems or exactly? Is it menstrual problems or
Yeah,
hormonal? Because do you use it
both.
during your period or afterwards? And what about women that have had an hysterectomy? Is it for them as
Well,
well? What does it do?
yeah, yeah, because are always remains of hormones, and hormones is not just only estrogen or only testosterone, but it's a lot of hormones. You also have, for example, adrenaline, and you have cortisol, and you have a lot. There's I think maybe 15 kinds of hormones, and these help very much if you have like back pain and belly ache, but it also helps you just emotionally to get in balance. So
Yes.
even if you are not menstruating anymore, it helps just with your balance. It's the scent that goes into your brain, and your brain, because smell, scent goes
Mhm.
directly into your brain. You cannot think around it.
So is it
It goes
also are
directly.
essential oils only on the smell area? Do they is it smell? Is it taste? Is it if I just had it put on my hand, does it go into my what's the best way to use essential oils?
Well,
And I really do want to get to how did you start walking again, because I'm sorry, I think we skipped that. And many women, sure, you can tell us about the essential oils, but here's the beautiful thing. As we all know, we can find that info online. What we don't know is someone's true story about things. So just bringing it back to you, how does your experience, how did you heal yourself? I mean, going
yeah.
from a wheelchair and almost having to have your womb taken out and hysterectomy to, I believe you haven't taken the womb out. Am I correct?
No,
You know,
you are
and you are
correct.
walking, right? So what
Yeah,
the happened?
I'm
What?
jumping again.
Yeah, what happened, Kirsten?
Well, I will tell you. I will tell you. What happened is that I will try to be very short about it.
Sure, sure,
I
sure.
found some combination of oils that helps you to reduce inflammation. That's one,
Okay,
because hernia, that's also an inflammation. Yeah,
like an infection, right?
I can no more like a bacterial. Yeah,
Oh, I
bacterial
see.
infection.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. All right. Yeah. And then that was one. And then because I could handle the pain, did not take it away, but handle it, I could do some exercise again. So I could, my body could heal. And of course, I'm still in the process because I don't have 100% of every function back. But in a year time, I have come a long way.
So
Um,
I'm just going to say, don't worry about the time. I'll take care of the time. So let's just release that one right there. Okay. Then the other thing is,
okay.
what you said was very important, because I do really want to take it to the pace of the lovely ladies watching too, because many women will recognize your process. And that is, you said you had inflammation. So that was around the hernia. That is the bacterial infection in your system. Is that correct? And
Yeah, that's
which oils did you find for you personally helped you to reduce that?
combination of melaleuca and oregano, and also enforced with frankincense. That is the king of all oils, and that enhances all of the oils. And the combination of melaleuca and oregano fights bacteria. And I found that in a very nice research online. I saw videos about it. I heard a doctor about it, and I saw a lot of reviews about it. And then I was willing to try, because you take that in a small capsule, a
Hmm.
veggie cap, and I can show you one. You can open that, and you then just put the oil in, because oregano, if you put that in your mouth, it's so very
Mm.
it's not good. It
I
burns,
only
and
like
it
oregano. I like oregano on my pizza. So that's
yeah.
where
Okay,
I like
you can
it.
also
But
do
I
that.
would not put it
Then
on
it's
my.
okay. No, not directly in your mouth. So there are veggie caps, and doTERRA has them, and you can make your own mix, because for me, melaleuca and oregano with frankincense was perfect at that time. And now, for example, I use sendo cream, because sendo cream looks like is the sound of endocrine, your endocrine system. That's your hormone
Oh,
balance system.
oh,
And
okay.
there has a special oil, and I put that in a veggie cap and just take it in. So
And
that
so
was
you're
the
very
essence.
busy with maintaining your health by
Yeah,
taking these oils regularly. And I
yeah.
know that we just mentioned that the oils aren't like magic wands, right? So what have you changed in your life to support the oils working well?
Well, I did a lot of things, because I think if you want to achieve something, you don't only work on your health, your physical health, but you also work on your mental health. You also work on your environment, and you also work on your relationships. This
Mm.
You work on four things. So as I was walking my path and going through all of this, I met a lot of women going through the same, and we have cried so many tears together. And also from pain and from recognition, but also from happiness. Because when I went to the specialist, and I had, he was so very surprised and overwhelmed, because the hysterectomy, it did not have to take place anymore. you know, I cried rivers. It's not normal, because I sat on the chair and I felt happy and relieved and sad and guilty at the same time, because a lot of women I know would have sat on that same chair, not receiving such good message. And now I'm having goosebumps again, and I hope won't cry again. But then I don't
And
know.
that's the whole point. I mean, the essential oils, I'm getting goosebumps listening to your story, Kirsten, and I'm telling the truth here. Really, it's like my hair, if it could stand up anymore, it would. But I know it's a joke, but I'm telling the truth. And that is that.
Thank you for joking.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really can feel the emotion. And that is that so many, hang on. So many, I'm really close to tears now. So many women listen and take for granted the doctors because they are doctors. But here's the thing, is what I have found in my journey with my multiple sclerosis as well, is that doctors only know what they have been taught in medical school in the white jacket and pill system.
Yeah,
they don't know anything about women's cycles, energetic cycles, emotional cycles. They just don't know anything about the whole balance of all of these things that have an effect on your body. And so, because it is, so they go from pill to pill to pill to operation. And once you have an operation, you can't go back.
Yeah. No.
And I remember oh gosh, a memory just came up. Sorry, Kirsten, I just need to get this out, I guess. As a child, it was very normal for children to have their tonsils taken out. I was terrified. Oh, someone had their tonsils taken out. Standard. And I thought to my, and I really, as a child, really was thinking, why would we have to take something out of our body if God put it there? There has to be a reason. But because of the medical system saying, oh, you're now feeling sick, let's take out your tonsils, did it stop you from being sick? No. And yet you're taking away something based on the programming of that time. So continue. I just had to share that, because the fact that we give away our power by giving away our power to someone else. Our power is in the knowledge of the natural way of healing, of nature. So to share some more about that and how actually it does work in person, and then we'll just slip over into what your tips could be for us. But just share a bit about that.
Well, as you know, the ancient Indians already used all kinds of essential oils. Also, the Egyptians, and also in the old ancient Greek. And there's a lot of information has been found. I read a lot about the history also. And of course, as an essential oil is something that's in the leaf or in the of the tree, the stem. Is that the right word?
The leaf, or the stem?
Yeah, both.
Okay, continue.
Some essential oils are from the leaves, and some are from the stem of the plant or the tree. It is to heal themselves. So plants carry on their leaves little small oil sacs to protect themselves against viruses, against wounds, against dryness, against fungi. And so that essential oil in that oil sac that's just a pure natural medicine. And because, of course, we are walking, talking, moving creatures, we are also creatures from the earth, like trees are, like animals are. We are some kind of animal.
Of course we are.
But well, as scientists found out, and a lot of hospitals in America are also working with essential oils. And I also thought,
they are.
Switzerland, yeah. I think in Switzerland and maybe Australia, they are working in the hospital with essential oils because it is very pure. Because in medicine are a lot of compounds in it, who are not so good for you because they are
Reproduced.
not natural, or
Yeah, they're trying to
and
copy the natural essence of the oils.
yeah. Yeah, that's correct. And of course, you cannot, because I was talking about taking essential oils internally. You cannot do that with all the essential oils. You have to be careful. You have to know that it's 100% natural, yeah, and not some copy of that, as you just
Scientific,
said, Shamna.
made up machine thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to know, because some oils, especially oils that are from, I think, like fur. Do I say that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, fir trees.
Cypress fir, yeah.
The trees, let's
Um,
say.
yeah, the trees, with the exception of frankincense or copaiba, you can take internally. But normally, the tree oils you can only put on your skin or inhale.
If
Yeah,
and with
so you have to
diluted.
know. Yeah,
I just want
diluted
to
as
say
well.
that Wendy has already said that she's very happy that we are talking about this in the open, and that around these problems. It's also about the problem of the doctor. So Wendy was saying thank you for that, and she's saying it's so wise to speak out loud. In that, this is what she says, that she also agrees with the doctors and the pharmaceutical system. So I just want to say that your story is resonating with the viewers who are watching live. So thank you for that, Wendy. Continue, Kirsten.
Thank you for that feedback, because of course it is a little bit difficult to talk about it, because who talks about having their period, and who talks about having obstipation and having that kind of problems? People don't talk about that.
Yes.
But it's so essential. It's so essential to know how your body works and what it needs. And so, because I noticed that a lot of people, not only women, mostly women, but not only women, have so many problems with only their hormone balance, or only with antibiotics. And that was also the problem for me, because of all the antibiotics. That's why my and also the high estrogen. That's why my bowel did not work so good anymore. Yeah, and
Yeah.
of course, it has improved a lot, and I can walk and talk and do everything, almost everything I want again. But I'm still in that journey. But during that journey, I met a lot of people, and they were asking so many questions. And I can remember that, especially in the beginning, that I have spoken with people daily, and sometimes
Mm.
until late at night. And now I don't do that anymore, because it's not so good for your
Self
balance.
love, self love, right
Yeah.
there.
So I put it down in words. So I was writing and writing and writing, and I made a course about it. And now I actually help people to get in their own balance.
Hmm.
And it's so lovely to be able to have something that was very bad for you, and turn it into something you can actually help people with. And it's
Yes.
not only about which oil does what, but
No.
you can find it on in the internet. But it's just the journey, but the things
Yes.
you have to do, the awarenesses that you have to create first about your own life, about your
Well,
own body.
I totally agree, because that's what I do with my Me Time Motivator course, or subscription, let's say, and that is that I connect daily with an oil, um, depending on my mood or the mood, and it's like, is it going to be ginger, or is it going to be geranium, or is it, they're just feeling into which one suits the mood and helps me really change my how I feel in that day, or help me in what is happening in that day. So you have your course and I have the subscription. I would love to know from you, Kirsten, at the moment, for the lovely viewers who are watching this live or in the replay, and remember, hashtag live or hashtag replay where you are, and thank you for watching.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. I'd like to know what tip or activity would you give us in the now to take and do to bring us into that connection with an essential oil, or to help us along with health, or whatever, how give
With
us a tip,
pros.
one, two,
Yeah.
three, or just
Okay.
show us an exercise that, I mean,
Well,
we might not have the Terra oils, we might have them from the supermarket, it is as the way it is, but just give us an idea of what we can do in the now.
in the now, well, what you could do is, at first, just take a good look at yourself. Just take a moment, just away from the day-to-day stress, and just write down how it is with your body. In the course, I have a nice tool for that, and It looks like, oh, sorry, this look like a wheel of life. But you can, if you don't have that, something like that, you can also write it down. Like, okay, what about health? Be honest about your health. Do you give yourself a score, a 1? Do you give it a 2, or up to 10? If you are top, very top healthy, then you score a 10. But if you have health problems, you could score 5 or even below. Just be honest. The same for the stress and rest balance in your life. The same for the exercise level in your life. The same for the toxic
Intake.
how do you say, intake? Yeah. And the same for your family life, and the same for your financial and work balance. So be honest. That's a tip. The second tip, and that's about the toxin, well, how do you say that?
Toxic
Toxic
intake.
load.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
toxic intake. And I wrote it down, I think, in the Facebook group already, but I will tell it now also. Please make a list of everything you put in and around and on your body that's not drinks or food. And then I'm talking about toothpaste. Do you use fluoride, or don't you use that? Your deodorant, is it with aluminium or is it not?
Well, I
Do
must
you have
say,
shampoo?
I have tried to do deodorant without aluminium, and it doesn't really work for me. So I must say I have gone back, unless doTERRA has a good deodorant for that. But I must say I've been trying different brands,
Yeah,
and it is
yeah.
very difficult to find a good deodorant without aluminium. But continue.
But aluminium is really bad for your system. But we will discuss
Talk
that
about that.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will talk about that, Shamna. We have to. Uh, but also, do you have anything that to improve your smell in the house? Because I know there are people who have things in their plugs, in their socket, that has chemical perfume for
Mm.
the house. What do you use to wash your clothes? What do you use for? And just make that list, and also your aspirin or your medicine, and then look what's in there. What has your body to endure during your normal daily life?
Mm.
And then maybe also a column next to that, how many money are you
Mm.
spending on things that are not good for you?
Yeah.
So that's my second tip, and that's about toxic intake and toxins in your house. And my third and last is, of course, you need to go to the doctor. Please don't get me wrong. I don't say you have to now stop immediately with all your medicine. I don't say that at all. And I don't say stop going to your doctor, because you need your doctor. You need your doctor to get a right diagnosis. But if your doctor then prescribes you something to help you get better, then you have to you can look at, for example, a book like this, or maybe look it up in the internet, or maybe get in contact with me, what you could otherwise use. And you must see it like this. If you break your leg, of course you need to go to the hospital, and of course you need to have some casket around it. And if you are really in pain, and you then of course you have to first take something like morphine, if you can endure that. But then after that, when you are come to your senses, and when you are able to, please look up some natural ways, because there are really are.
Mm.
And also for your children, please protect your children from too many toxic toxins to intake, because a lot of diseases begin with a toxic imbalance. So that are my 3 tips.
Wow. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know. I stopped counting, but it sounded like more than three. So, but that is because they are all related, of course. So yes, make a list of what products. In fact, I didn't even finish the sentence because I was just listening so much. Make a list of the products that you use, and be aware of the toxicity. One of those, another words, Kirsten, toxicity of
Yeah.
them, and see if you can replace them with natural products. So I must say, because when I have a headache, ladies, what I like is I have this little bag with me all the time with 4 oils in there. Peppermint, something for the stomach called Zengest, breathe for if my chest needs opening up. And what I really, really love is when I'm just past the headache phase and getting a bit stressful, I have past tense, and I just rub that on my neck. So I love when I'm getting a headache, and I must say, because due to personal circumstances, things are a bit strenuous at the moment, I just put a little bit on my finger and I just dab it to my temple and just do that. And I find that the headache then alleviates. Now, let me tell you, when I have a migraine, I'm sorry, I do need something a bit more strong than that, be honest. But I don't often have a migraine. But I love to use the peppermint to alleviate that headache. And the beautiful thing is, and that's what Kirsten was also going to say, is that yes, you may think about the costs of an essential oil, especially if it's a pure oil, um, uh, harvested in the right way. It might be more expensive, but if you look at what you are spending on other products that are toxic, for which later on you'll have to go to the doctor. Sorry, a song just entered my head. Go see the doctor, but that's a different thing. Um, I'm a bit of a naughty girl sometimes, but when you think of the cost that you are sparing yourself in having to correct the intake of those toxins, it's worth it. And this little bottle, let's say, only needs like a drop, and that would be, and then you have in this little bottle you have 80 drops, or you might even not need a complete drop, and whatever. So what I'm trying to say is that be aware of the cost versus the financial cost versus the health cost. You might find that it will balance out. So that's just me sharing that with you. Someone else says, when I speak to good people like this, they find me strange and not of this world, or it must be same conscious
Yeah.
people. And
I
yeah,
can
and so
relate to that. I
yes,
really can relate to that. Thank you for saying that, because for me also, and but I just I continued talking about it, and I did not hide myself. And even the most skeptic people came to me later on, like, okay, I have this and I have that, and I have some problem with my skin, or I have some problem with my hormones, even men.
mm,
And please, could you give me some sample of this or that? And that happened a lot. But it's
yes,
normal, because if you don't know enough about it, and of course in my youth I was brought up with, okay, fluoride is good for your teeth. I
I
was brought up with
know.
milk is good for you, you have to take it. Well, I'm allergic to milk, but it was like milk is
That's
good
it.
for everybody, and that's how we are brought up. And if you have something, go to the doctor. I still think you have to go to the doctor, but now I think go to the doctor and do some research yourself.
Yeah,
So it
exactly.
has been enriched. And some people also are like, okay, I don't like the smell, or I don't want to put it on my face. Why I have here something like this that comes also with the course I gave.
Oh,
You can also
lovely.
put it under your feet, because
Right.
feet reflexology, it just it's like, and I also have this picture. And it explains how you can put the oils under your feet, and especially for babies or for children, or whatever, that helps a lot, because under your feet are some reflex points, and it really goes into your body. When I had so much pain from my hernia, I could not sleep, my boyfriend rubbed deep blue under my feet, and he just diluted it first with coconut oil, and he rubbed it under my feet, and that helped so much, and it relaxed me, and it helped with the pain, and then I could sleep under my
Lovely.
feet, and it was helping even more than on my back.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing. And not only, and I think that is because the most of our neural points end up in our feet. But I must say,
Yeah.
my lovely Kirsten, we are running out of time. So I would
A
love
lot.
to, a lot, but it doesn't matter. And I would like to know, where can we find you so that we can learn more about this on our own time?
Well, what I could do is just put a link below this video, and
And
people can always come to me, look me up. I think I'm below also somewhere, giving maybe some answers to people. Just contact me.
yes, well,
Don't
I
be
must
shy.
say, you and I together, we have a YouTube channel called Real Oil TV. So we have that we are setting up, and that is set up. So we have Real Oil TV on YouTube. And of course, Kirsten Lucie, you can contact her. And also, is it also Your Healthy Habits? Am I saying that correct?
Yeah, I also have an email address, and that's Your Healthy Habits Are Magic. So Your Healthy Habits Are Magic. Listen to that. Your Healthy Habits Are Magic @gmail.com.
Wonderful. And of course, if you also want to find out about essential oils from me, then you also can contact me. You know where to find me, Shamna Lee Gray, Goddess Creations, and at info@goddesscreations.nl. So there we go. Kirsten, thank you. We have had an interesting conversation with lots of us to chew on, and I thank you, Wendy, for also joining us in the conversation, because she's had a lot to say. So, Kirsten, you have lots to comment on afterwards. Lovely ladies who are watching live, lovely ladies who are watching in the replay, I thank you for watching. Remember to do the activities in the group, and I look forward to speaking to having our next interview later on.
Shamna,
yes.
I think people can look down, because I think we have something special for them.
Oh,
there's a lucky lady who will receive something special. Ooh. But I think Shamna will put it down this video. I'm not sure.
Yes, but this video is also an evergreen. So we do have a prize for those who are active in the group until the 29th of February, and also do the activity for this week. But for those who will be watching this in a few months' time, for now, I'm going to say thank you for watching. And if you want to find out more, come into the Goddess Creations for Women group and get more information. So, lovely ladies, thank you very much. And I will see you on our next broadcast. Bye. And thank you, Kirsten. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.